finally time to do this. No more procrastinating, as I say when I'm on my phone. This video has been a stewin'. I've had it in my crockpot mind for a couple months now. I'm just now getting around to filming it, so I apologize. But it has to be done because I feel bad. I've been replying to people, and my last video that I did on the subject is from a different perspective, kind of. I mean, at the time of the last video that I filmed on this topic, which was the what it's like to take Adderall, prescribed Adderall for ADHD, I was taking it. And at this moment, I still am, but it's different, okay? You'll understand. We'll get to that. Before we get into it, I have to say, like, this video is not meant to keep anybody from pursuing medication, a certain kind of medication. I'm not trying to, like, make this video to talk you out of trying this medication. I'm not making this video to try to scare people or anything like that. I'm literally just showing or just sharing my own personal experience with this particular medication. I feel 100% that you should figure out what works best for you, and sometimes that takes a little bit of trial and error. That's kind of what this video is about. I stopped taking my Adderall in May. I stopped taking it in May, but I had been experiencing issues since a little bit before that happened. Now, for some reason, when I filmed the video that I was talking about, where I talk about what it's like to be on prescribed Adderall, things were going well. At that time, I had stopped smoking the ganja. I had stopped smoking that and taking Adderall at the same time because I just didn't, I don't know why I did it in the first place, but I just kind of realized, like, that's probably not the best idea. And so I would only partake on the weekends when I wasn't taking my Adderall. And then I just kind of stopped smoking altogether. My boyfriend and I we don't smoke anymore at all. So that's completely out of the picture. But I was experiencing some issues on my 20 milligrams a day dosage of Adderall. These issues, just like, I was trying to work through them. I was trying to eat the right foods. They were just getting a little out of hand. What I was experiencing was just like complete just bitchiness. Like, I'm not even gonna, like, just, I was a bitch, basically. Like, my day at work would be fine, but then when I got home from work, I was a complete bitch to my boyfriend, and I was just always constantly starting arguments over basically like nothing. Like, it was just ridiculous, and I was always in a bad mood. I was always like, everything he said would annoy me, and I noticed, I know I mentioned that in my previous video about this topic as well, but this time it was just like really bad. Also, I would notice when I was like, because I took my pill in the morning, and when I would be driving to the gym, I could kind of like feel it kick in, I guess, and I just felt so serious, like just so focused. Like, I was really focused, obviously, but I was just so serious, and my sense of humor went away, and I just felt like I wasn't like completely me. I just remember like texting my boyfriend a little bit before I stopped taking it and just basically profusely apologizing and talking about how I felt like a robot with like no emotion, and it was so frustrating because I didn't want to feel that way. Like, I was so tired of feeling that way. I knew that I was probably hurting his feelings a lot by like just being mad at him for no reason. And just like being serious all the time. I was also super, like, not really paranoid, but like just not, like, basically a killjoy. So if we would go somewhere, I would find pretty much anything I could that was wrong with the experience. Like, oh, what if this happens? Like, we have to be careful not to do that. Or like, gosh, you're so immature. And just like different things that they just made me seem like blah. And that's not what I'm like. Like, in high school, I would basically be thinking back to when I was in high school, and I used to be so much fun, and I used to like joke around all the time and just like not have a care in the world. And like, I didn't know I had ADHD at the time. My symptoms pretty much came when I was at home rather than at school. I was like just super fun loving and able to interact with everyone and super outgoing and all this and that, and I really missed that, and I was just getting really tired of it. So I was thinking maybe the 20 milligrams is too much. And I had started chopping my pills in half, but I noticed that the 10 milligrams, like, obviously it didn't feel the same. It's half the dosage, so I wasn't sure if it was working or not. So I figured, you know, my doctor's appointment is coming up. I'm gonna go talk to him, and I'm gonna ask him if I can have a lower dosage. And I did. And he ended up sending me home with a prescription for 15 milligram bottles. And then he also gave me a prescription for 65 milligram pills. So a 60-day supply of 5 milligram pills. And he said, you know, because my medication was not extended release. It was just immediate release, because I really honestly can't afford extended release. Those were like $100 compared to like $40. So he was like, here, take this prescription as well, and when you feel like you're crashing, just take one of these, because I would crash around 1 or 2 p.m. and that's when I would get really irritated, and that's coincidentally around the time that I would start to get ready to leave and come home. And by the time I got home, I would just be like, just 100% bitch. So I did end up getting both prescriptions, the 15 milligram and the 5 milligram. And honestly, I was shocked by this, but when I went to go get the 5 milligram, it was expensive. It was like $80, twice as much as my normal prescription, because they gave me twice as many pills, which to me, that didn't seem right, because it's a 5 milligram. It's not, the pills are tiny, they're itty bitty. I don't want to show you on camera because I don't want to get like, well, I don't have monetization anyway, but I don't want to get like in trouble with YouTube. They were itty bitty tiny. So I was kind of like, really, you're gonna charge me twice as much? But I mean, there were twice as many doses, but still. Got the new prescription, started taking it, and I still kind of felt the same. I don't know, it still made me feel super stimulated, and I just didn't really like that feeling anymore. I still felt like it was a little bit too much. So May comes around and I have a vacation. I went to Texas, and then I went to Alabama the following week. So I was gone for 10 days, Texas, Alabama. And then the following month I went to VidCon. Well, before I went to Texas, I didn't take my pills with me, and I didn't take them with me to Alabama either, because I was like, I'm on vacation, like I don't really need to focus, like I'm on vacation. Everything was really great. I did gain pretty much all the weight that I had lost ever since I first got diagnosed with ADHD. Before I went on vacation, I was like probably 130 pounds, and probably today if I went and weighed myself, I'd be 149 or 150. That sucks, but I didn't take the medication to lose weight anyway. I don't think you should really do that unless you're told to do that by a doctor. So that was really unfortunate, but on the other hand, I just felt like I was enjoying life a lot better, and I was like, hold on a second, I have never tried not to take this pill ever since being out of college. So I was like, maybe since I have a job that I really love, and I'm traveling and like, you know, hanging out with friends and stuff, maybe I don't need Adderall. Like maybe I can just learn to manage the ADHD. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's still a problem. It didn't just magically go away because I'm doing something that I love. I am kind of struggling at work to focus. I'm struggling to manage my time. I'm struggling to remember conversations that my boyfriend have that he tells me a million jillion times, and then if I forget, he kind of gets irritated because he's like, I told you about that, and I'm like, I don't know, I was probably looking at my phone or the TV, and I can't look at my phone and talk to somebody at the same time. Like my conversation skills go down really bad whenever I'm not on ADHD, on medication or anything. I'm not going back to the full 15 milligram dosage. I've been actually taking 2 of the 5 milligram pills when I feel like I need to focus, basically. And like the first day that I took it, I actually did feel different. Hey, so I just got to work, and about 2 minutes ago, my Adderall kicked in. I probably mentioned this in the clip before this, but I took 2 5 milligram little pieces before I left work. That was about 9 o'clock or so, or maybe like 8:50, and I was just driving, and all of a sudden I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt like, it sounds really, okay, this is gonna sound really weird. I felt like filled with something, like, I don't know, like with warmth, or like just something just shifted in me. Like, I don't know, it's weird, but I think that was it kicking in, which honestly, I'm really surprised that I was able to notice it, because it was only 10 milligrams, and previously, like, my dose was 20 milligrams, so maybe, I mean, that was when I first started, and then I got it down to 15, and I still felt like that was a little strong. Now 10 milligrams probably isn't going to last me very long at all, so I guess I'll see when I feel it start to fade, or when I feel the crash. And I have a comedy show to go to tonight, so I really hope I don't get irritable and piss off my boyfriend before we go to that, because I'm really excited to go to that. So anyway, I'll keep you updated, but definitely noticed a different feeling, which is, I wasn't expecting that. But I literally just took it like an hour ago, and I don't feel Like, granted, I'm not sitting down like trying to get something done right now. I don't have the poops, which actually I did have the poops yesterday, but it might have been because we had Taco Bell the night before, so who knows. I'm not having like the nervous system symptoms from it, and I don't have the irritability, but again, I mean, it's not gonna last as long as like the 15 milligram and the 20 milligram would have, because that was fading by like 2 p.m. and this is gonna fade probably a lot quicker because it's a lower dosage. Anyway, the reason why I'm sharing that with you is because I have been looking into possibly trying Vyvanse. I've kind of searched it on the interwebs, and there are people who kind of describe like the symptoms I was having on Adderall on Vyvanse, and then there's people who are talking about how they describe the same symptoms that I had on Adderall, and now on Vyvanse they don't feel those things. I do have a doctor's appointment next Monday, and I'm going to try to talk to him about trying Vyvanse instead of Adderall. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I just wanted to say something because I felt bad that people were commenting on my video and I wasn't even taking it anymore. And I mean, I kind of am, just to see like what happens if I go down to 10 milligrams, but I'm honestly thinking about going to just a completely different medication anyway. The only thing I'm actually worried about switching to Vyvanse is that apparently it costs a lot more money than Adderall because it doesn't have a generic version of the medication. So Adderall has a generic version, which is what I had, was generic amphetamine salts. But Vyvanse is just Vyvanse, and it's expensive apparently. So we'll see, maybe it'll be worth it. I do have health insurance, but it's complicated. I'm not gonna go into it. I really hope that there's some sort of like happy medium. I hope that I can keep my personality and also get help from ADHD. If not, I just need to learn more coping skills, I guess. I need to be more strict with myself, set routines. Routines are our friends if you have ADHD. I do have some journals and books that I've been using, so hopefully I'll get around to making videos about that someday. It literally took me so much effort just to sit in front of the camera today, let me tell you, but I'm also working on, I'm gonna say this, but I'm probably not ever gonna get a video out, but I've been working on some videos like I want to put some videos out about how I built my confidence. I want to put some videos out on just trying different things. I'm going to be deleting Facebook off my phone again for the second time because I'm starting to realize why I took it off my phone in the first place, and I can't wait to get back to the way I was without Facebook on my phone. So I'm going to be doing a video about that, kind of documenting it along the way. And what else? I really want to do a video about drinking more water. I want to do a video about weight training because I'm going to get back into that since I need to get back to where I was. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas, but it's really just a matter of getting them completed and getting them done. I suppose that is the end of this video. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, and I'm actually kind of getting excited about hopefully maybe getting more consistent on YouTube. Please let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to talk about, whether it's about ADHD, whether it's about medication that I'm taking or not taking, or just about my daily life as a videographer type person, creative person with ADHD. I just want to say thank you to all of my, I believe I have 105 subscribers right now. I did, if you don't know, I do have another channel that has like 6,000, but they all followed me because of a video that I put out several years ago that I'm really embarrassed for, and it's not my niche anymore, so I started over in order to have subscribers that actually matter to me. So anyway, thank you so much for being here, and if you're new, please feel free to subscribe. I don't always talk about ADHD things, but I think it's important to have somebody that you can relate to and talk to and that knows what you're going through. So whether or not you have ADHD, feel free to follow me, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Potato chips, how my mouth does sweet potato chips. Cold, drip, 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 crunch, crunch. I don't want no lunch, all I want is potato chips. Potato chips, how my mouth does sweet potato chips. Cold, drip, 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 crunch, crunch. I don't want no lunch, all I want is potato chips.